name's Emma Sexton and I'm from She Says, the Global Creative Network for Women. Yeah, so we had a really good session today, which is about how do we redesign business of the future, but how do we kind of tackle those big issues that are affecting women. So some really interesting themes. We had Harriet from The Guardian talking about flexible working and the implications for that and how we can get men to be doing more flexible working. We also had Amanda talking about mentoring and getting those mentors in the business to help sponsor and get people into those roles. And then I was talking about a real step change in business culture and how business culture has been created by men on male values, and how do we get a more hetero culture where we have the best of feminine and the best of male values. So taking gender out and putting values in. A lot of businesses are set up with sort of very much command and control. I set up my own business because I was very frustrated about the kind of school for grown-ups, the work environment that the majority of businesses have. And I think it's now, how can we incorporate kind of the best of feminine values, which is more about creating utopia, creating an environment that works for everybody, not just for that business, how people are more collaborative, how we create more connections, and how we just have a better working environment for men and women, rather than a very male values heavy kind of working culture. The worst case scenario if businesses don't start changing the way they work is that they're going to lose talent. They're already losing female talent. You're going to start losing male talent too, because there's this massive kind of rise now when people wanting to be freelance or entrepreneurs, because they're sick of kind of being in an environment that consumes their whole life. They need work to fit in with their lives. They need more flexibility. So I think it's going to be really tough for businesses who don't start to kind of change the way that they operate and incorporate these different ways of working. The top 5 tips that I've got for kind of creating this new business culture, this more hetero culture, is one is creating that utopia. So how do you create a business environment that works for everybody, not just for the business? How do you and make your people more important as well? There's a lot of emphasis on the financial value, but actually your people are the ones that are making money, so not your spreadsheet. So how can you consider that more in terms of your business planning? Redefining success. So success is often measured again financially, forecasting, looking at hard growth, but actually how can you redefine success so that it's measured differently on people's happiness, wellness, what kind of projects you're working on. Thinking more about collaboration rather than hierarchy, so good ideas can come from anywhere in the business and people should be rewarded appropriately for that. And lastly, more of an open communication. There's very much this sort of secrecy and people don't like to share, being more open about people's salaries and what's going on in the business, whether that's good or bad, and not being afraid to have these adult conversations with your employees.